We're in new territory. I think that what was interesting was, I mean, there's a photographer, Gil Perez, that many years ago when this was starting, he was like, wouldn't it be fascinating in the future that I can make a picture and that the people in the picture can make the caption, you know? And I'm sure, as I said, we're on a, it's like digital technology. It's not a question of if it's going to happen, it's just when it's going to happen. I mean, I lived in West Africa for many years. I was a resident in Liberia, and really you couldn't, there wasn't the bandwidth possible to have that conversation remotely, like, you know.
Do you like having a conversation? Do you enjoy it? Is it uncomfortable, or does it piss you off?
No, because honestly, because I think I'm really interested in, I love learning the conversation. It's fantastic, and it was, I mean, it was very interesting. Again, I have lots of conversations about representation in work, and my work spreads from, I said, from very conceptual work to more, like the Sleeping Soldiers is a fairly conceptual take on war photography, to a more kind of traditional look at photojournalism. But in those conversations, I've had numerous discussions with other people, especially the art world that wants to, a very sophisticated representational art world that wants to say that rubbish photojournalism, even though photojournalism really is a kind of source material for us all to try and, the first step in understanding what is outside of ourselves. And that somebody has to ethically go and make those pictures and well, navigate ethically that minefield of representing the art. And, you know, I remember people trying to say, well, you know, your photographs in Liberia, they don't really tell us anything. They're not, you know, how do we know that that's Monrovia? How do we know pictures say anything at all? Well, there's a discussion in the art world that says that photographs really don't tell us anything. And yet I remember I had the only photograph of the mortaring of Monrovia that resulted in killing 1,000 people by the rebels that I lived with. And, you know, and I was in the middle of these kind of art discussions back with a European or Western sophisticated visual audience. And then I went to, you know, I was in Liberia. Not that Liberians aren't that sophisticated, but their understanding of art history is not as, say, sophisticated as the Western audience. And I went to a Truth and Reconciliation hearing in 2008. And when the rebel leader, the rebel group I was with, denied that his people mortared Monrovia, everybody got up and were outraged in the Centennial Pavilion shouting, "We have seen the picture, we have seen the video, we know you are alive." And that was fascinating. I was like, you know what? Liberians understand the value of my work. They get it. And so being able to have that dialogue with them and have them part of the dialogue to a kind of Western art audience that is kind of dismissive of this because somehow, you know, this is no longer in our realm of interest anymore because, you know, we need to commodify stuff. The art world needs to commodify it, and that this conversation is now no longer can be commodified. That's ridiculous. Like our job is to build bridges between subjects and audiences and ourselves. And if this technology can help us do it, which I think can do, it's fantastic.
Yes, sir. Two seemingly